In this video I'm reacting to Austin Wayne. Title of the video is How Anyone Can Become a Chad, which obviously is not true, but let's watch the video.
As a man, there's nothing more feminine and more low vibrational than complaining.
If soy is feminizing, then show me the evidence, Paul.
And in this looks maxing community, you see a lot of people whining and complaining about their looks. Like, oh, you have to be born as a Chad. If you don't have the genetics for it since birth, then it's over for you.
Too bad that didn't kill me.
But I've been telling you guys, and the scientific literature backs this up as well.
Yeah, but why do people complain? Because they keep getting negative feedback. Confidence comes from positive results. If you don't get them, you're not going to be confident, unlike you.
How you look, your physical appearance is only 50 to 70%.
Oh my fucking god, not again.
Genetic, meaning that up to 50% of your looks is completely up to you. What have you been doing about this, man? Do you look unattractive just because the way that you're born? I personally think just about every single one of you guys can become a Chad.
Oh my god. What about Mitten Squat? What about this guy? Can this guy become a Chad? Like, can he? Like, what the fuck is this statement? This guy ended up being an alcoholic, and then he died. He committed suicide, basically, from alcohol overdose because of his looks, because he kept getting negative feedback, and eventually it just breaks your ego and you resort to extreme escapism. How can he become a Chad? Even if he gets supraorbital fat grafting, under eye fat grafting, hair transplant, all these things, and for what? To still have a deformed face? Like, it's too much work. And how do you get a motivation to do it? And most people that look like this don't even have a good financial situation. Like, what the fuck is this statement that anyone can become a Chad? It's so obviously false. But yeah, I guess that's how Chads think usually. They think, oh, I ascended with the gym, therefore everyone else can. That's how a lot of them think.
Or at least very, very close if you just have average genetics. And today, what I'm going to do is break down
Not true.
step by step exactly how to get that. Without further ado, let's get it. This baby off with my favorite statistic of all time that I've been saying for like the last 4 or 5 years. If you heard from anyone else, it was my statistic, man. So there are more millionaires in the world than men with chiseled physiques and six-packs.
Oh my fucking god. I hate the statistic. Like, who cares? It's not about rarity. Like, if it was rarity, then why was this guy an incel? Like, I don't see anyone else with these features. It's pretty rare, and he's still undesirable. It's not about rarity. Like, what the fuck? Oh, abs are more rare than a millionaire. Okay, but I would rather be a millionaire, obviously.
Roughly around 1% of the worldwide population has a visible six-pack and enough muscle mass to where you do not appear skinny. What does this mean? Well, this means that the majority of you guys are not willing to put in the work because this is 1 billion%.
Yeah, of course. They both have good faces. This guy was a Chad at his prime. Like, no facial halos, etc.
Discipline, man. Like, you don't get six-pack abs by accident unless maybe you're a teenager, you're naturally athletic. Man, if you're in your 20s, your 30s, and you have the six-pack, you are in the top 1%. And if you have a physique on top of that, define muscles, define.
Of course, guys with good face. I would rather be 20% body fat and have a 0.5 points higher in face than be 10% and have a worse looking face.
Arms, shoulders, this alone. You think that this is just about the body? First of all, yeah, it's going to give you a crazy physique halo as long as you're not taking any gear. A natty physique at a very low body fat percentage, muscle mass is so aesthetic, so sexy. One of the best things you
But your face has to pass the looks threshold. Otherwise, you're just gonna struggle and waste your time in the dating market.
can do. But not just that, man. Not just that. It's going to give you that jawline. This bone is on each and every
If you have it.
one of you guys. It's up to you to actually show it to get this jaw exposed to the world to see. In addition to that, we got
Not everyone has good forward projection and good bigonial width. Like, a lot of people don't have a much amount of bone mass.
the cheekbones coming in. The only
If you have them.
only thing with the physique is that you don't want to get too caught up in this like the gym cells where you're devoting your entire life to try to gain like 1.236 pounds of muscle mass when it's not even gonna happen, man. At some point the gym should just fall effortlessly into the background of your life. Same philosophy I have with looksmaxxing, actually. With all of this stuff, if you want to increase your levels of attraction, your appeal to women as much as possible, you can't be too hyper fixated on these things, man. You can't be too obsessed with the gym. You can't be too obsessed with looksmaxxing. What you need to be obsessed with are your life goals, man. You need to have a drive. You need to have passion and things that you are actively working on. This is one of the sexiest traits.
Yeah, that's not wrong. Like, this should not become your life. Like, actual looksmaxxing doesn't even take that much time. You can go to the gym, full body workouts 3 times a week. That's more than enough. And when it comes to looksmaxxing, outside of the gym, it's just, like, the things you do to preserve hair and the skincare, etc. They don't really take that much time.
For men. So step number 1, you need to look like a Greek freaking god. If you have not done that, step number 1, please get out of here with the whining and the complaining. Send me
Yeah, but obviously, you should be 10 to 12% body fat.
photos of your freaking chiseled six-pack and tell me how ugly you are. Tell me how when your shirt is off, women just hate you. You're so disgusting. I want to see this. Please send it to me on my DMs. If 99% of men do not have the discipline to adhere to a consistent caloric deficit, a consistent progressive overload strength training protocol, then I would guarantee that 99% of you guys also don't have the discipline to adhere to a healthy diet. That's going to be very, very good for the skin, for the jawline, for the cheekbones, to reduce overall inflammation, keeping the carbohydrate intake at a certain amount, the protein intake, the fats, everything. But not just that, man. We got skincare included. I bet you the majority of the population, they don't have the discipline to do a morning routine, a nighttime routine. You got to be doing these things on a daily basis if you actually want to have skin that glows. Same thing with everything, man. Manscaping, shaving, like basic grooming. I know that it seems like, Austin, you're just telling us to take a shower. That's not as simple as it is. I'm talking about like once a week where you spend an hour, 2 hours on your entire body, man. You got the face mask, you got the hair mask, you're trimming and plucking the eyebrows, you're dyeing those eyebrows every single 4 weeks, man. You're getting your hair cut, you're getting your hair colored to fit your phenotype, to fit your face shape. Like, there is so much freaking stuff that goes into this. Stuff that male models do on a consistent basis because it's their job. But for the average person, you don't know where to start, and it's difficult to actually have the discipline to do it consistently. The first step of getting the physique is actually going to account for the jawline for the most part. Mewing is also going to help. But then the other main primary thing of a
Not everyone can do proper mewing because not everyone has enough bone mass in the mandible. Like, if you have a narrow and recessed mandible, like, you're not gonna have a tight hyoid area even if you do mewing.
attraction is going to be the eye area. I already made an eye area video, but you do need to be prioritizing this as much as possible. Doing the UUDD method, sure that you have clear, bright whites in your eyes, making sure your eyebrows are done and they're dark, everything. You got sunglasses or you got regular glasses that adhere to your face shape, making you more attractive. Doing everything possible to optimize your eye area because this is one of the most crucial parts of the overall face. Now, it sounds so basic, but I'm telling you, if you do the first part of this video, don't forget testosterone maxing. But if you do everything I've already talked about, I'm telling you, you will be widely considered attractive to women. I can't guarantee that you're going to be a Chad according to the PSL
Why aren't you talking about surgeries? Like, because all these guys, they have perfect harmony and dimorphism, way better than the average person.
scale, which I think is a silly scale anyways. You're either going to be hot or you're not.
What does that mean? Like, you're not gonna be hot with a super recessed jaw.
You will notice women's philosophies with men is you are either hot or you're not. It's not as complicated as you think. And then everything else on top of that, the SMV enhancements is where true competition comes from. But if you're like in the ballpark with other men who are considered
You're talking as if everyone is a 7+.
that are hot, women are not going to be like, oh, that guy's hotter. That guy. No. They only jump at that point due to SMB issues. Now, do not forget about testosterone
And it's mostly about face.
and health maxing, as this is going to be the underlying thing that 99% of you guys are probably also lacking. Now, I took supplements every single day, like my entire childhood, which I believe actually contributed a lot to my overall fix.
Not again.
development, how tall I became, everything. And ever since I launched my YouTube channel, even before, years before I launched my supplement company, hairloss, I was still promoting supplements because I think they're freaking awesome. Which brings me into the 2 best supplements I think you should be taking to optimize your overall facial aesthetics to become a Chad. So first of all, we have Titan Growth 2.0.
Height is 80% genetics. The other 20%, if you want to optimize it, be lean, so 10 to 12% body fat, so that you don't aromatize too much testosterone into estrogen. Just sleep enough and get all the macronutrients. And exercise, which most teenagers already do a ton of exercise if you look at the statistics.
This has 500 to 1000% of all your daily required nutrients because 92% of Americans are deficient in basic vitamins, minerals.
This is not a good solution. You have to fix your diet. You have to fix the root cause of the problem, which is most people have a diet that's filled with ultra-processed foods that have zero nutrients. The way you fix it is by fixing the diet. There's no evidence that multivitamins increase lifespan, but like overall, you have to fix the diet. That's the core problem. Stop buying multivitamins instead of fixing your diet.
When this happens, IGF-1 human growth hormone is going to shut down, closing your growth plate. So it's going to get in the way of how much you can grow and how much your face actually develops. So you have to have Titan Growth 2.0 to optimize your overall health. And then in addition to that is Avery's Rage. This is the best testosterone booster on the entire market. When you have proper hormones, proper testosterone.
If you want to boost testosterone, by far the biggest factor is being lean, so 10 to 12% body fat. And then of course sleep enough, get all the macronutrients. Basically with height is the same thing, because with height you also want to be lean, because if you're too fat you're going to aromatize too much testosterone into estrogen. And of course when you sleep, that's when you produce almost all your natural testosterone and growth hormone. Basically just health maxing in general will optimize the environment part of improving your looks during puberty.
This is going to be one of the key ways to actually optimize your
Don't rely on height supplements or multivitamins, which is the same thing. Just fix your diet, fix your health, and fix your habits, and that's it.
facial development to the fullest. So we got Tanga Ali, which scientifically boosts testosterone by 37%. It has maca 200 milligrams, which in clinical studies enhances libido and overall sexual
We don't have good studies on test boosters. They're not that high quality.
function. It has oyster extract, which has magnesium and zinc completely naturally. It has 15 milligrams of zinc, which is a clinical dose.
Also, a big problem with test boosters like Tonkat Ali and stuff is that when they do the studies, they combine it with minerals. So for example, zinc or magnesium, like they do a blend a lot of the time. That's why testosterone increases. And testosterone does increase if you have the precursors. For example, if you're deficient in zinc and then you start supplementing zinc, your testosterone is going to go up.
And it is a precursor to creating testosterone, and the clinical studies has also been shown to increase height. Pumpkin seed extract and so many other awesome ingredients. They're going to help you optimize your testosterone. Don't forget to join hairloss VIP. This is my school, looksmaxxing, with my 3-hour looksmaxxing masterclass, 2-hour high growth masterclass, female nature masterclass, social media masterclass. Right now we have the aesthetic physique masterclass every 2 weeks. We hop on a group VIP call. Best school of self-improvement. Right now it is only $12. The price is going up soon though, man.
My guess is it's probably way too much information. Like the things that actually work, they're not even that many.
You got to join, link in the description. You guys think that stylists cope? Like anybody who is attractive, if they just wear the most basic, unoriginal outfit, they're still going to be seen as attractive.
Yes, like your face has to pass the threshold. For example, here's an ugly guy with a white shirt. Here's Chris Hemsworth with a white shirt. It's completely different.
Which is true in a sense, but fashion does add halo, and unfortunately most guys, I've noticed even tons of looksmaxxing guys, no one seems to optimize fashion to the absolute fullest. So a couple things is going to be the fit above all else, man. Your clothes need to be fitted, they need to be tailored, they need to look good on you, man. No crazy brands, no crazy logos. I would much rather you become very, very close friends with your tailor, get tons of tailored button-ups, get a couple tailored suits, because
Jesus Christ, that's super expensive for most people.
most of you guys don't even have a tailored suit, man, in 2025, and you need one to optimize your overall aesthetic and actually look like a man. And don't forget about the all black trick. I just spoke about it, man, but all black literally is the cheat code to enhancing your overall attraction that most guys neglect.
If you're a 3 out of 10 and you wear all black, you may even end up looking more scary. But if you're a Chad and you wear all black, you're gonna look dark triad and mysterious and attractive.
Before you go out with the girl in 2025, whenever you match a girl on Tinder, whatever it is, they're going to do one thing, and one thing extremely quickly. They're going to stalk the crap out of you, your social media, anything that they can find on you, they're going to be trying to stalk it, which is why you actually need an online presence, as this is going to enhance your SMV. This is why it's important to life max as well.
I mean, On one hand, you have to appear normal on social media, but on the other hand, if you look good enough, it doesn't matter.
Travel to cool places, get awesome Instagram photos.
No, don't travel to cool places to attract women. Like, I've had photos like in Dubai and all these places that people think are cool, and on dating apps, they did not do any better. In fact, they did worse than the photos I had before. Like, photos are all about how good your face looks overall, like for the most part. And I promise you, like the photos I had with like Dubai in the background or Bali or whatever didn't change anything. Of course, I did not travel because of that. Like, that would be really stupid. I traveled for fun or because I was with a friend or family, but it does not add to your SMV to have photos in different places. Whether or not you have Dubai in the background does not matter.
Photos, man. Go to Europe, go to Southeast Asia, some of the coolest places in the world, and document this. Document your physique. Document you hanging out with friends, high status people. Document you doing things that regular people simply are not doing. And this is going to
Yeah, this guy is not blackpilled at all.
enhance your overall SMV, making you much more of a child. In the modern world, everybody is a dopamine junkie. Everyone's addicted, man. You scroll on TikTok all freaking day. A lot of you guys are on the freaking forum website reading about all this stuff, posting misinformation, everything. You're going to the hubs, it's like,
You're also posting this information.
oh my god, oh my god. You have no discipline in yourself, man. You are taking in the dopamine like it's a drug. You can't control yourself. So I want you to do something most modern men don't do. You need to be a creator, not a consumer. This means that no matter what you're doing, like let's say you're not an influencer, you know, like you don't make money from making videos, it doesn't matter. You need to be creating more. This could be creating more job opportunity, creating more relationships, creating businesses. Whatever it is, you are creating more than you are consuming someone else's product. Someone else's product are those videos in the hall that you're just watching. You love that. Some dweeb filmed a woman and a guy, paid them some money, and posted that online. And that's satisfying you, man. No, no, no. You need to get out there, create your own stories. Stop just observing everyone else's. This is going to be like one of the first steps to actually becoming a child. Like, even if
What does that mean? Like, your average viewer is probably a 4.5. How can a 4.5 start creating or whatever that means? I don't know what he means by this. Like, if you're a chat, of course, anything you do online is gonna be successful, like him, like he's super successful. But for the average viewer, like, how?
you have it facially, you got the physique, you got the money, whatever it is, if you don't actually get out there and start living, you're always still going to have that previous mindset that you used to. Last but not least, man.
But of course, like, you should, be outside at least 2 hours a day, etc. Even if it's just to preserve your vision, because to be inside all day, you're just gonna develop myopia. You're gonna have worse vision. Your dopamine, serotonin's not gonna be as high. But that's obvious stuff.
This is all about attraction. You want to look your best, you got to realize the bar, I'm going to be honest, it's very low, man. It's very low.
No, it isn't. It is for you because you're a Chad, but it isn't for the average viewer.
Dopamine has every single guy these days by the nutsack. They can't even pay attention to a workout for 60 minutes 3 times a week. They can't eat a little bit less food. They can't make a little bit more money. They can't study a little bit harder. The average guy is not doing too much.
I know a bunch of people that did everything correctly when it comes to diet, gym, etc. And they are shredded, they have muscle, they're still incels. So his advice is BS. And why isn't he talking about surgeries? I don't understand. Surgeries, procedures, etc.
Nearly 80% of Americans are overweight or obese. They have less than $1,000 in their bank account.
Okay, but you have to talk about the age. The average age, not only of someone rich, but also someone overweight, it's older. Like, if you're young, you're competing against guys that are not even that overweight. And the reason people get overweight later is because eventually they get a family, they settle on their dreams, etc. They're not that attracted to their woman. The woman is not that attracted to their man. They have kids, it's stressful, they end up eating convenient foods, etc. Like, people get fat over time, but when you're young, you're competing against guys that are not that obese.
They can't really talk to a woman. They don't really have any fashion sense. So when it comes to just becoming attractive, it's never been easier throughout
What do you mean?
history. So I want you to actually optimize everything. Finally become
It's never been harder than nowadays to be attractive. Like, what do you mean? Like, the competition right now is insane.
the Chad I know you can become. That's it. Subscribe if you're new. I love
I hated this video. That was so bad. This was the most red-pilled video I've ever watched, probably. Like, this guy's not blackpilled at all. And of course, he makes a ton of money. Like, this is what sells. It's a Chad talking about looks and hyper-focusing on things that you can easily control, like the gym. And of course, lying about his supplements, making you taller, giving fake hope, exaggerating claims, etc. Yeah, terrible video. But yeah, I guess that's it. Bye.